Good morning, Flagler County. I'm Rich Carroll. You're listening to Flagler's Morning News on Monday, February 14th, and this local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota, here to wow you. Cases of COVID-19 have decreased significantly in Flagler County. Flagler Health Officer Bob Snyder gives us a look at some of the latest stats.
The week of January 14th, the 210 cases per day, and this week, 58 per day. Positivity rate, hospital admissions for COVID, school district cases, demand for testing, all trending downward, everyone in the right direction. No new outbreaks in nursing homes or ALFs. 78,244 eligible residents of Flagler County are vaccinated.
Snyder predicts the COVID-19 pandemic will transition to endemic status in 6 weeks or so. At that point, the virus will be treated like we treat the flu.
We see the end in sight, everyone, and let's just move on with our lives and let's just get behind this. We are all ready for that.
If you live in Palm Coast, your trash bill is going up.
Director of Public Information and Engagement, Brittany Kershaw, says the one-year extension with Waste Pro begins June 1st.
In those negotiations, it was determined that the cost of service is increasing. The rate is going from $20.36 to $29.97 per household. That will start on June 1st of this year.
The city has suspended its recycling rewards and the hazardous waste collection program.
The recycling rewards program was a very underutilized program. It basically was a rewards program for residents who signed up for it. The hazardous waste program was a doorstop pickup for some hazardous waste items. We will be utilizing the Flagler County Recycling and Household Hazardous Waste, which is located at 1700 South Old Kings Road. So it's still a free service, and residents can drop off hazardous waste at that location.
The city will begin soliciting waste hauler contractor bids later this month.
We should have a recommendation for the new contract in June of this year, and it will be submitted to City Council to move forward, and then that new contract will begin in June of 2023.
For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Rich Petchke.
Lawmakers in the Florida House have nixed a controversial bill that would cut pay for school board members and instead instituted term limits for the elected positions. Now, school board members are limited to 2 consecutive terms. The bill passed in a vote 78-40. Republican State Rep Paul Renner, whose district includes Flagler County, was among those in favor of the measure.
Total of 8 years, and at that point, they'd have to roll out and give somebody else an opportunity to bring in renewed passion, renewed energy, and vigor to the job. But I think it's helpful to have some turnover to bring new faces and new ideas into the process, and that's what this bill will now do.
The majority of Florida school board members are women. A Senate version of the bill still includes pay cuts for school board members, but the bill appears to have stalled. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm Amy Cherry.
3 arrests in 3 days involving 3 stolen cars and a fugitive sex offender from Arkansas.
Sex crimes and stolen cars. Here's Sheriff Rick Staley.
Deputies recovered 3 stolen cars from out of county and out of state, arrested 3 drivers of the stolen cars, one of which was a fugitive from Arkansas. It's a great job by our team apprehending people before they could prey on our community.
Kayla Wurst was sentenced to prison on several sex-related crimes, including promoting prostitution. She was arrested after deputies spotted a stolen car with her inside. She'll be extradited back to Arkansas. As for the other stolen vehicles, Raymond Asbell rented a Dodge Ram from Enterprise back in January. He never returned it. And Stephen Brown was arrested after the FCSO got a call about a reckless driver on I-95. Brown was found driving a Chevy Colorado, reported stolen out of Orange County. Both men are facing grand theft charges. For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Lisa Rotman.
The Green Lion Cafe has been running a successful restaurant at the Palm Harbor Golf Course for 5 years now. However, last week, the Palm Coast City Council, unhappy with the current lease, expressed interest in finding a new restaurant to serve customers at the golf course. Operators at the Green Lion said there was some risk involved when they took over in 2017, but they were up for the challenge.
That's why Chris Marlowe, the son, co-owner and manager of the restaurant, said they took over the hole in the wall at Palm Harbor Golf Course.
$600 for a restaurant is a great deal, but you got to remember it wasn't a restaurant when we took it over.
Marlowe was a guest on Real Estate Matters with Toby Tobin and said that he and an ice cream shop from Tampa were the only two to put in bids for the restaurant that the golf course wanted. Marlowe said they were even hesitant to bid, but the city of Palm Coast came to them.
And this is the truth. This is the facts. They reached out to us and said, hey, we need some help here. We're kind of out of our depth and, we got a good spot here. And we've literally been paying hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, which is an interesting point. Not making enough money is the biggest issue now. The biggest issue 5 years ago was not losing $250,000 a year.
Marlowe laughed and said, quote, "See how the tables have turned?" You can listen to this episode of Real Estate Matters on the Flagler radio app. You can listen to the next episode of Real Estate Matters on WNZF on Saturday mornings at 11. Tomorrow, Marlowe talks about why his family got such a good deal on the restaurant space. From the WNZF newsroom, I'm Deb Albertson.
And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Rich Carroll.